Okay, fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter on SIFTD.net. Hope that's right. Pachter. And if you're watching on YouTube, you're getting it a week later. Appreciate you coming in. Remember, you can join SIFTD.net. It's not very much money. They'll curate your content for you. Shane's sitting right here. He's looking for suggestions on how to improve, but he could use subscribers so we can keep content coming. And I'm not getting paid, but it costs money to put all this together and get it on the internet for you guys to watch. So thanks for joining us. Our first question on this week's episode from SIFTD from Stealthy. With Project Scorpio releasing soon, what do you think Microsoft needs to do to make it successful? It seems like with the Play Anywhere program, there's no incentive to buy a Microsoft console if you already have a PC. What if Microsoft collaborated with Valve and allowed you to play your Steam library on Scorpio along with Xbox games? Look, there's a lot of solutions. You don't need a console ever if you're happy playing on a PC. I don't know what your PC, rig looks like. Most people don't even have, like the 22-inch widescreen that I've got. And if I was playing games here, I would have a much bigger widescreen. I mean, I have the 30s at least. I think, man, my PC is a 2011. I'm so overdue for a new PC. But the truth is that people like sitting on a couch and they like playing with a regular controller. They like surround sound, great stereo. And we have that, most of us, in our living room. You have a comfortable couch and a comfortable TV setup and good speakers. So I think consoles have a place. I think that, the move to Xbox Anywhere is more protecting Microsoft from the eventuality that you just don't need consoles to play games. So as you said, you can play on your PC. If it was easy to just have your PC and your television connect to one another, and it actually is. I mean, if you have Bluetooth and you have a wireless router, there's no reason why a PC in one room can't talk to a television in another. Effectively, that's what you're doing when you access the internet and watch Netflix. You're accessing through an internet connection, a server somewhere else. Why can't you use your home server? Ultimately, we're going to play games that way. So Microsoft's just protecting against that eventuality. As far as collaboration with Valve, you got to realize that Gabe at Valve, the founder of Valve, is an ex-Microsoft employee. I don't know if he likes them or hates them. I know he doesn't work for them anymore. And he's done exceedingly well with Valve. I don't think Gabe is looking for a collaboration with anybody. I don't think Gabe is looking to sell. But if anybody can buy them and can afford it and could make it work, it is absolutely Microsoft. So yeah, I think that'd be great if they made the Steam library available. I think that it would benefit Valve immensely if you could buy games, but what's the benefit to Microsoft? You're paying Steam 30% for a download. What's Microsoft get if you download a Steam game through play on your Xbox Scorpio? Probably nothing. So the business model's hard to kind of work and make everybody win, and the only way that it really probably ever works is if Microsoft just breaks down and buys Valve. And I don't think Valve's for sale. So that's one of those things that sounds really good, but it's really hard to make work. Everybody wants to make a profit on what they do. And right now, Steam is making a huge profit. So I don't see it. But in order to make Scorpio successful, I think Microsoft needs to convince people that playing on Xbox is a better experience than playing on PlayStation. So far, they haven't done that. So far, PlayStation is not selling them 2-to-1. They're pretty close in the US. I mean, they're actually within about 1 million consoles of one another in the US. But outside the US, globally, Sony is outselling them 2-to-1. So outside the US, Sony is outselling them by more than 2-to-1. Our next question from Twitter, from @EgoBorder. You've spoken about digital sales secrecy on the part of the publishers before. What are the chances this could change to inflate sales or encourage a larger player base? So the truth is, I'll give you a good example. Like FIFA. FIFA sells about 18 million units a year. FIFA Ultimate Team a year ago, so 2015, was about 400 million bucks. Last year was like 480, 60. And that's cool, went up 20%. Why? More people were into Ultimate Team and spent more money. EA does kind of tell that to people. It doesn't get picked up by the press because they don't actually understand what EA is saying. But does that make you more likely to spend money in Ultimate Team if you hear that number, 480 million instead of 400 million? The reason I said 18 million people into $400 million, it's about $22 per person per year. The game costs 60. 480 is about 25 bucks, whatever. Does that make you more likely to pay? So the answer to your question is, I don't think there's any benefit to telling consumers how much money is being spent to drive others to spend money. That's on one level. That just the absolute amount is completely irrelevant. Saying we have 35 million monthly active users, that makes you say, oh, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of liquidity in the game. So if I told you, come to my website and play Texas Hold'em poker, and we have 15 users, you would never come because you wouldn't find a table that was the right condition. Condition meaning $10 and $20 poker versus $2 or $4 poker. But if I told you, come to our website, we have 35 million players and we have all conditions, you wouldn't even think about it. You'd be like, oh yeah, I only want to play 50 cent max bet. You'd come on. So once you kind of get past the acceptance of liquidity, that's the term, where there's enough people like you playing the game that you're not going to feel like an idiot. And what is that threshold? 10 million people? Fine. It's millions. But what's the difference if it's 10 or 20 or 30? And by the way, are you all such followers that you only play the most popular games? Do you all wear Converse All-Stars all the time? Do you all wear, what's hot, Gap jeans? I don't know.
I think Gap jeans may be
from
the 80s.
No, I'm kidding. All right, our next question from SIFTD, from Gregor G. Some people get sick playing VR games. Are demos required for full-priced VR games, or do you think VR games will have a lower price point in order for consumers to take more chances on new games without knowing if they can actually play them without becoming ill? I'd say that very few people will make the investment in virtual reality without trying it someplace in the store and knowing if they're going to get sick. And if you get sick, you probably get sick all the time. I mean, I'm sure there are some games that could make you sick, but most people, I don't get sick. Most people either get sick or they don't. And they know, and if they get sick, they just don't buy VR. Yeah, I guess. I mean, some games, if you're sitting stationary, it's hard to get sick. If you're moving around, it's easy to get sick. If you use it, and so you'll stay away from games where you move around, and it's pretty clear from the nature of the game if you're going to be stationary or moving around. So the truth is, no, I think people get it. No demos aren't required, but honestly, the publishers like to sell their games, so they pretty much put demos out. On PlayStation VR, I think there's demos of everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure every game is a demo. The kit, when you buy it, comes with about a dozen game demos. And pretty much you demo the game for 3 levels, and it says, do you want to buy it? And you do or you don't. So, no, I think the reason for a low virtual reality price point is because the games aren't that robust yet. And the one exception is Resident Evil 7, which you can play the entire game in VR. I have it, and I haven't done it yet, and I will. But I will say the demo, man, I had every member of my family play through the demo, and they all jumped. Every single one of us in the same place. So it is scary. It seems real. I can't even imagine playing all the way through. I'm going to, but I wonder if you get used to getting jumped, and getting killed. But no, I think people know. So I hope that's an answer to your question. Our last question today is from SIFTD, from Wole. Because of multi-platform development, are PC games that really push the graphics envelope, like the original Far Cry or Doom 3, a thing from the past? Does the financial gain of multi-platform development outweigh the potential benefits of a game that would sell even more on PC if it were made for just that platform? You know, that's a good question. I have to think if I can even remember a game that's made just for PC anymore.
They're very rare, like Civilization 6.
Yeah.
A lot of RTS games.
Yeah.
Some adventure
It's like,
games.
yeah, I mean, it really is kind of the old creative assembly stuff, right? I mean, it's kind of the old
Some stuff
Total War,
will
but
like a lot of indie stuff will debut on PC, but then eventually they make it to every console.
yeah, you know, it's a good question because, I mean, other than Blizzard, who pretty much is still a PC publisher, and I know Overwatch is not, I can't think of anything that's PC exclusive, against Civilization.
MOBAs, League of Legends.
Well, free to play, yes. So World of Tanks and League of Legends, yeah, I get
World
that.
of Tanks is on consoles, though.
It is? I did not know that. Did I know that?
I think they just had
On
the 1-year
Microsoft.
anniversary for
On-
PlayStation 4.
Oh, they put it on PS4. You know, I don't think I even knew that. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, the answer is you're probably right that those games are a thing of the past. I think that most guys with high-end PCs, you know, with PCs that are bought in the last 2 years for gaming, they're all running at 4K. And so Scorpio's going to kind of make that a thing of the past. The HDR, again, I think my PC probably runs at HDR. So, yeah, I mean, PS4 Pro and Scorpio are probably good enough for graphics. Yeah, it's a good question. The real problem with PC is it's easy to steal. And so the stuff that does the best on PC is the stuff that has a server involved. So, you know, playing StarCraft or World of Warcraft or playing League of Legends or World of Tanks, you know, there's really no point in ripping off the game because you're playing online, and they can, if you have a bootleg copy, you're not playing online. So, you know, I think that PC, because of this, the theft model, has just not become a preferred, you know, first platform for anybody. But you have good games like Witcher, which are kind of PC games that just happen to be on console. And I would say what's really happened is PC developers, that's Overwatch, are just putting it on console because it's easier to protect and keep from being stolen. Yeah, that's probably right. I never really thought about this question, but yes, I think that you're probably not going to see PC-only launches ever again after Scorpio. Well, fellow babies, I have a cough. Thanks for joining us on Pachter Factor. I have to cough as soon as I finish this thing. On SIFTD.net, if you're watching, we appreciate your support of the site. If you're watching on YouTube, that's cool too. I would love to get a few more Twitter subscribers. I want to see if my Twitter users spike by 5 or 6 every time I say this. So at Michael Pachter on Twitter, please follow. I will at least let you know when every Pachter Factor is, and could use the support and appreciate it very, very much. Talk to you guys next week.